We could lower this. It's not that important. Okay, but I don't like how the camera looks on YouTube. It looks pretty god awful. I'm not used to my face being flipped this way. I promise you I'm way more handsome on TikTok. Maybe not necessarily in person, but on TikTok. Let's see. Do I want to edit this? Channel level settings. Let's see. Can we flip the camera on? Yeah, you got to do something special to be able to flip the camera. Okay, what I want to do before I start anything, I want to read the label off of what I purchased just now in lieu of alcohol. Kin. At least it reads correctly on. Oh, I got an incoming call. I'll be right back.
Your customer has 13 minutes. Please hold. You are now connected.
Hi, this is Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. My name is Moretta.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I was calling about an ex and seeing if there's a possibility of reconciliation.
Okay.
Reconcile.
All right, let me take a look for you. 1 second. I mean, so right out the gate, I always say that there's always a chance, there's always a possibility, if you're not blocked, your phone number, social media, things like that. But the first energy that comes out here are endings here. So I usually like to advise, letting this person clearly know, where you stand and what your desires are and wants. And just, having communicated to them clearly, along with kind of working a little bit of like manifestation magic, if you believe in that. At the end of the day, you can't, force the person, and oftentimes creating space, giving them space actually allows them to return to you. But, like I said, there's a couple steps that you need to take. I think the first one being, let that person know that that's your heart's desire is reconciliation. And if you care and love them, then letting them know that. And then we could take it from there.
He's expressed love and all of that to me.
He's a what?
He has expressed that to me. What the problem is, we have been broken up for about a year and a half, and there is someone else I know that he's seen. So I've been kind of, respecting that situation. So that's kind of what I'm wanting the answers to. Like, is this something serious for him? He says no, but I want to know that, whether what he's saying is accurate. And
I mean, to me, it's a no good situation, because the question is, why haven't you moved on after a year and a half?
I have. I mean, I've dated someone else, but I still love that person,
But that's not moving on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've known this person for a lot of years, so yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I just feel like I still feel like all the advice that I gave you stands. I don't think it changes anything. If anything, those circumstances are coming from quote unquote what we like to call in like the manifestation tarot energy business, those circumstances are coming from the matrix. And all that does is try to logically make you think that it's not possible. So you could,
Okay.
if you want to work your magic and get back with this person, then you have to throw those circumstances away, right? Which is like, oh, it's been so long, we've been with other people.
Mhm.
But from like a spiritual, moral, grounded, ethical place, as an energetic advisor, I just feel like you should have both been moved on already. Because especially like with the man, if this person loves you, they're not going to move on to someone else. So you got to like kind
Mhm.
of like identify and qualify like love, because if it's
Okay.
love, then
You're right.
then you guys are going to be together, So, um, but again, all those details of if it's serious, if it's not serious, again, those are like matrix details that you don't need, because if you have them, they could likely prevent you from believing and working your magic.
Well, that's what I was trying to find out. I mean, I was trying to see if maybe you could tell whether or not that was a serious situation, but I guess not.
But so, I mean, if it's serious and they're going to get married, then what? You don't love him and you're just going to let go and move on?
No, I mean, I want to. You're right. You're right, Dylan. Thank you, though.
All right.
You're right.
Good night.
Thanks.
Bye. Silent morning. Do I want to restart the live stream on TikTok? That's kind of my question. Wish I'd known it from the start. So, what we're gonna do is, oh yeah, I did want to read the back of these labels from this drink that I just bought. Ooh, who's that? Another Capricorn. These are just a bunch of bros, bro. So I got a couple of things that I'm doing right now all at once. I'm looking at a dating app. Yo. Where is this? This person looks like they're from a third world country. Okay, so. Whoa. Jesus. Okay, we gotta focus now because oh, okay. Thank God. I ran out of likes on the dating app, so I could focus on my YouTube. I'm a little sporadic lately. What I wanted to do was I wanted to read this kin label. It says quiet your mind, ironically enough. And yeah, you're right. We're going to do tarot shortly. This says non-alcoholic, low-cal, no added sugar, vegan, gluten-free, caffeine-free. But I got caffeine here. 4-pack, 8 full ounce, 2/3 milliliter, light wave, grounding calm. Kin, euphoric, a functional beverage for modern rituals. Happy full moon, basically. We get crazy on the full moon. So it says, open a portal to peace. Sparkling notes of lavender, vanilla, smoked sea salts, and passion flower meet mind-calming ingredients to mellow you out and help you to transcend stress. Think naked forest bathing at midnight. What? Sip with intention. Naked forest bathing at midnight. Wow. I'll do that. Wanting your love at midnight. Reiki mushroom, stress, 60 milligrams per serving. L-theanine, balance for mind body, 80 milligrams per serving. L-tryptophan, supports serotonin at 80 milligrams per serving. The maximum 4 cans per drinking experience. Cool. So we have 4 of these, bro. Okay. There's some fiber there. Some vitamin dizzle. Off the hazel for shizzle, my nozzle. What else can we talk about? Okay, so I think we could focus now. Let us focus. We'll get a new nicotine in. We'll restart the TikTok for the 12th time. And then we'll get going. Okay, so let's look see. Okay, just cracking my lower back. So I went to the gym today. Had a nice long workout. Came back from a walk. Texted my ex. That was fun. Got a little bit of a response on Instagram, which was nice. She didn't respond to my text messages, although I'm sure she saw them. Just going over in my head everything that I sent her. Yep, I sent her all that. Not too bad, not too shabby. Gave her a call because I don't know what she's doing today. I don't know if she's off today or at work or what. Of course, the mind wants to think worst case scenarios, but we live in a quantum paradox, so any worst case scenarios, it doesn't matter because then she can no longer be my person. Screams. I don't know if YouTube is doing me justice. I don't see anyone logged on. It's late on a Wednesday. I'm trying to feel things out, trying to have fun. We're logged on to work, tarot. I believe we're logged on with the Psychic Power Network as well. Let me take a look. See. $10.59. $10 outgoing. Yeah, so that sounds right. I think I got back at like 10:50. So let's do a little tarot. So I've been grounding a lot lately, stabilizing, feeling the present moment. For me, it's easy to slip into my mind and my feelings, especially when I'm going through something, going through ups and downs with a significant other. I'm gonna light this candle here because we like to chill with our element sign. 1 second, y'all. Okay. So, let's see what comes out with the tarot. We lit our little candle. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of like, in language, it kind of comes out as like feeling, but it's more of like a sensory thing. It's more of like the equivalent of like you're feeling and you're sensing. You're not repeating the word, but what you're doing is getting a sense for the almost like the inanimate objects around you, the stillness. It could even be the spaciousness of a room. It's really truly that which permeates. I call it the quantum realm. What's behind the veil. Um, and there's peace there. There's settledness there. There's enlightenment there. There's actual truth there. So I've been kind of mixed bagging it between that and presence. I find that pure presence is a little tricky because I don't know if saying you're more susceptible to thoughts and feelings or what have you, but maybe less focus. I feel like feeling the current environment around me is like a mindfulness technique or like a walking, living meditation, which I find interesting. So it depends on what you want to do. Maybe during the full moon, your thoughts and your feelings could be a little bit more hectic or sporadic. Makes sense. I'll admit I'm a little bit torn between two minds right now. One doing this and one in my head thinking about other stuff. I guess I'm just thinking about the responses that I did get from my ex today, which were nice, but limited. I was very effulgent and expressive of how I felt today, and I didn't get a response to that. And then, of course, it has me wondering what she's doing today, what she did today. She's been going on dates. Last Wednesday she took off. went on a date. So I don't know. And I think I saw a post that she made on Instagram today where it didn't look like she was wearing work clothes. Maybe went to the gym. Maybe, who knows, maybe went on a date. Maybe just had the day off. Who knows what she was up to today. I know she has her kids on Monday and Tuesday. You can see my brain's trying to figure it out, right? So yeah, who knows? Maybe she could have done whatever. But she did respond to me, at least in a limited fashion. So whatever that is. So let's get some tarot coming out here. Let's just do general energies. You have a coming out of conflict energy. You have a rebirth with the Death card in reverse. Putting down something heavy here. Again, when these, I don't know why YouTube just did that. It just popped off and minimized the screen there. So I like to do what I call tarot math, the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands in the upright offset, 5 of Wands in the reverse, I should say, offset, and that leaves us with the 5 in the upright. So there is still a conflict of thought. I read the Wands as thought in like manifestation tarot. Not on the same page as far as thinking, but it also depends on if someone's coming from a place of fear or alignment. There is a rebirth energy, which is interesting. You could read the traditional tarot as the 10 of Wands in the upright, someone putting down something heavy, however that means. Whatever that means. The Hangman might be waiting for something, waiting for a response. Kind of like was waiting earlier for a response from the person that I'm dealing with. The Empress in the reverse is giving birth to 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, coming out of something. This could be work. This could be a living situation. There's fate and destiny here. There's an inner knowing. There's justice, fairness, and balance. So some form of justice might take I'm wondering, why is this mouse moving? It's either I'm hacked or maybe the cards were on the computer. So there's some sort of justice that kind of, I want to say, takes precedent over this situation. There's an inner knowing. Something will be fair and balanced, and I don't know if mediated is the right word, but let's take a look-see here. You have 9 of Cups in the upright, some sort of emotional wish fulfillment here, some sort of offer. Ace of Pentacles, wow. That is a very strong, serious, direct energy coming through here. Okay, someone could be walking away from it or trying not to accept it or not accepting it. Let's see, what's up, Emily? Yeah, someone's no contact, not responding. They see that as a personal victory, and it allows them to let their guard down and maybe pour into themselves, where they can be more emotionally open. Comes across as not giving of themselves, but it's really just because, again, heartbreak, the Lovers at a distance. It feels like the wheel is in reverse, no contact, no communication, so the door isn't open, and yet there is some sort of sun here. The Sun card here is, well, here we go. It's almost like your happiness is this person coming rushing to you, and I'll be honest, it looks and feels like that's what happens. Somehow, some way, this person comes running to you. It might seem like things are off track or off beat or off kilter, but there's that alignment that we said wasn't there. and it feels like this is like a culmination here. But right now, there's like a rest and recovery, maybe even a reflection point. There's kindness and warmth, kind feelings, wanting to move forward successfully here. And so again, this is what we talked about, grounding in the current present environment. I'll take this call and I'll be back.
You have a call from Psychic Source. To accept your this caller is new to you. Customer has 17 minutes. Please hold. You are now connected.
Hi, this is Dylan.
Hi, this is Ray.
Hey, how can I help you?
I wanted to do a card reading on a person of interest. Her name is Natisha. Her birthday is February 10th, and then I'm Ray. My birthday is June 21st. Just want to know how she was currently feeling towards me. It's a romantic connection.
Okay, let me take a look. 1 second. Let's see here. 1 second. So I see like stable long-term energies towards you. The Ace of Cup in reverse is like invested emotionally, so it kind of depends on obviously where you're, if it's a friendship or if it's more than that and you both know. But there is like emotional stability here, it feels like. And yeah, so I think those are good things to build off of. It comes across as maybe either, so the Emperor is here, and this is a very stable energy. It's usually, well, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, but either, one of the two of you are like the stable person that the other feels like they could go to. So that's a good energy here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing like a hot and heavy physical, like sexual energy. It's more of like a stable, like slow moving energy. Maybe curiosity with the Page of Swords here, wanting to figure it out, understand it. Like I said, it all depends on the context as well of, where you're coming from. I mean, for all I know,
Yeah, yes, sorry.
No, I was just
I
gonna.
had like walked away from her
Okay.
like a month ago, and then she's been like trying to be cool with me, but I've been kind of like being cold with her.
Okay, is that what you want, or do you want to reconcile?
I don't know. I guess I was just curious to see how she was like feeling about me, like not engaging with her, and like walking away from her.
I mean, but like to what end? Like, like, do you want her to feel bad, or do you want to get back with her?
I'm just curious on how she is feeling like about me walking away from her.
I know, but like, what are you gonna do with that?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm just curious.
Okay. Well, the Sun card is here, so this person is like they're focused on themselves, their happiness. This is the most positive card in the deck. So at least what they're showing, this is like, hey, I'm happy. I got things to look forward to. summertime, moving forward, moving on, what have you.
Yeah, so she doesn't feel any type of way that I walked away from her?
That's not what I'm saying, no. But that's what I'm asking. It's like, you gotta check your intentions for your curiosities. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a part of you that wants this person to be sad and miserable, you gotta ask yourself why. And if it's because you still have feelings, then you got to put yourself in a position to act on those feelings if you want to reconcile, but you got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? With yourself. So,
Yeah. I mean, I have feelings, but it's like, I know that I don't want to, like, act on them.
Okay.
So, I mean, in a way, yeah, I guess I, like, still have feelings, but not enough to where I'm like, I want to reconcile, because I feel like she's, like, hurt me.
Yeah, for sure. Understandable.
Like, obviously, like, I would want her to, like, feel the type of way, like, if I walked away, because it's like, yeah, I want her to obviously feel like that she lost somebody good, because, like, she did.
Yeah. No, I get it. You want her to care. You want to get a reaction. But, again, there's levels to this, especially if you're hurt. All hurt does is block the love, right? It blocks our heart space. So, and we could work on that. We could resolve it. We could figure out what the root issue is. Oftentimes, you got to decipher between, is this person trying to protect themselves, or did they, wake up with the ugliness and evilness and think, I want to hurt this person. So I think one of the first steps is trying to decipher between the two. Are they trying to protect themselves and maybe in whatever happened, played out, hurt you? Or did they really set out to hurt you on purpose? Because there's a big difference. So if you could gain clarity on that, then you could decide if, hey, do I want to let these hurt feelings push me away from love? Or can I see that this person wasn't coming from a bad place and I could understand my feelings better, and I could, decide if I want to act on these feelings that I still have, the good feelings that I still have for this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't. She's very, like, toxic, so.
Well, toxic is a cover word for trauma. So
yeah, well, she has a lot of trauma, so.
Yeah, but love heals that. So, it just depends on where you're at and your ability to work your magic. So
does she still have feelings for me?
Does she still have feelings for you? Let's see. Yeah, ultimately I do see yes here still. I don't think this person is a complete monster to where they just shut their feelings off.
Right. So I feel like you didn't answer the question of, like, how is she feeling about me, like, walking away?
Well, like I said,
That's not something you can ask.
No, but I genuinely pulled an energy on that, and the Sun card came out. So that is like, hey, I'm happy, whatever. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I could keep on digging till I see the card that you want, just so you can feel good about yourself. But I mean, I think in a way, to be honest, the Justice card is in reverse. So if this person, because I don't see sadness, I don't see that 5 of Cup energy, which is like, oh, I'm so sad this person walked away. I think this person feels vindicated because the Justice card is in reverse. So I know you said they hurt you, but they might be justifying it in their own mind, saying like, oh, well, she walked away from me. I just don't see sadness here. And I flipped a couple of cards.
Right.
Maybe it's still in the hope of this kind of like Knight of Cup, you asked if she still has feelings. Maybe it is in that hope energy or that lingering, you know, how she feels towards you. But again, I don't see it as like a sadness. I see it as maybe like a romantic hope or something like that, or maybe still lingering love, if you want to say it like that. But
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, for some reason, and believe me, that kind of, that's a head scratcher for me too, because usually you do see like a sadness energy.
Well, she's probably like, she doesn't know how to be by herself, so it's like, I'm not talking to her, she's gonna go talk to somebody else, so it's like, I feel like she distracts herself and occupies her time with that, so.
Yeah, understandable for sure. For sure. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I'm reading for you. I want you to be happy and successful and get whatever you want, and it's possible. And that's that. If you don't want this person, then all the power to you. You'll find someone who's a better match for you. If you do,
So is she moving on now?
I feel yes. I did see the Chariot card in the upright. That is a moving on card, yeah.
So is this just like the end of our situation?
Let me take a look. I could kind of see maybe like a juggling act, like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe there's communication somewhere along the line. I'm seeing Gemini energy, Ace of Sword in the upright. That's an air sign month. Gemini's the closest one. It's like early summer, late spring. So yeah.
Okay. Well, am I able to ask like how she thinks I'm feeling towards her?
Yeah. Sure can. Okay, this is what she thinks you're feeling towards her. Yeah, she feels like you haven't ended it, or you're not putting it down yet. You're not over it. It's not. You haven't let go yet.
Why?
The King of Cup in the reverse could be like a toxic connection or attachment or a trauma bond. And maybe she feels like you're not happy. 10 of Cup in the reverse, like happy on your own or happy without her.
Yeah, big ego.
But
Okay, so is she playing it on like what you said what?
Go ahead.
You said but what?
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna keep on keeping on with what I was already on about, which is like, be mindful of these feelings, because you could keep on feeding them, but ultimately it's like if we're not acting on them, you're kind of just spinning your wheels, and then she's kind of right if you're not moving on, if you're not, So
Does she actually like have these like genuine connections with like these other girls, or is like does she at least view me different from these other girls, or am I just like the same as like the one she's talking to?
you. So you're basically asking, and I'm just trying to understand. You're basically asking if she views you as like as a stronger connection than anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I'm just like all the other ones, basically.
Yeah. Let me take a look. No, I definitely see a strong ass connection here. You drew the Lover's card. That's a very strong. Yeah. That's, I don't know if you're verse on the tarot, but that's like soulmate, twin flame. It's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I feel like that, but I'm like, I don't know, like, you said that she's like not sad about losing this connection, it seems like, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you just
I asked.
like maybe dive in deeper
I
about how she
asked.
feels about me, maybe?
I asked why she isn't sad or why it's not coming up, and you have the Ten of Swords here. This is like backstab, betrayal, endings. So again, like earlier, I said there was some sort of like vindication.
1 minute remaining.
You know, some sort of vindication. So again, maybe she's like flipping the script and feeling like you did her wrong. So then that's why, you know, maybe she's feeling betrayed.
Can we ask that real quick? Like, is she feeling that I betrayed her?
I mean, that's how it comes across with the Ten of Sword in the upright. Yeah, because that is the energy of betrayal.
Mm.
So,
She's just playing victim.
Yeah, you could say that. Maybe not taking accountability, or, you know, where she was responsible for how things played out. Yeah, that's very common.
Yeah, definitely common with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to get that last.
Please hold. The caller has the opportunity to purchase more time through Quasari.
So anyway, so I says to Albert, I says, great. Okay, let's pull some fresh energy. Who's Kayla Court? This is a story. So we're talking about like what the Matrix is showing you, right? Like, for example, If the matrix is showing me no contact, no response in the 3D, quantum paradox, it's okay. I'm already connected with the love of my life where it counts. I'm already in communication with the love of my life where it counts, which is in the soul spirit realm. So I'm happy, whole, and complete. That's a part of manifestation, focusing on that aspect, what have you. And it kind of brings you to the baseline of like all is well, everything is exactly how it needs to be. Sure, you might have some flares, but ultimately the energy just kind of stabilizes, and then everything that we kind of just like play around with the tarot is just fun, so yeah, let's have some fun, let's enjoy ourselves. Open-hearted, open aura, happy, whole, complete, love. Let's see what else. Got the Temperance in reverse here. Could be not a good time. Justice card in reverse here. Maybe someone is doing legalities. Maybe someone feels like they're balancing the scales, taking justice into their own hands. Let's see. You got a second and third chance here. Resurrection with the Judgment card. Kindness and warmth. Seven of Swords, strategizing. There's a cycle that's coming back around, incomplete. Someone is pouring love into themselves. Six of Cup in the reverse. Lack of fond memories, lack of nostalgia. Maybe trying to do work on that. Maybe lack of trust. Confusion. Maybe doesn't trust themselves around you. But there is happiness here with the Ten of Cup in the upright. There are good times here. And it's almost as if this person doesn't want to get sucked into it. The Empress in reverse is giving birth to no contact, no communication. There's restriction and discipline. Someone feels at ease mentally being this way. Not very giving of themselves. And yet they are up at night thinking about you, boo. They cannot stop talking about you, thinking about you, writing about you. There's the Emperor right there. Reading your text messages, wondering if they should do this or that. And they feel your emotional kind of independence and completeness. It's almost as if they've gotten blips of you like being cool. Being cool as a cucumber, not like crying, not like, wah, you're not responding, you're not talking to me. There's this fresh new start, fresh new beginning, not in your mind, not in your worries. And then there's some sort of union, some sort of parallel thinking. What is this? Actually, who is this? Is it the protagonist or you or the antagonist? Protagonist is me, it's the viewer, it's person number one. Let's say in the reverse, next card, if it is the protagonist. Yeah, it's you. You are not confused. You are in alignment, baby. 4 wands in the upright. What is this 4 wands in the upright? Capricorn, Aquarius. So it could be that you're in union with your person. Even though something's not growing in or coming in, what is this here? Why are you showing me the 7 of Pentacles in reverse? So maybe what they tried to grow, what they tried to work on didn't bear fruit. It kind of just took a crap. And it could have been you and their passion for you that really did that to them. And it's like they're going into like emotional shutdown mode, even though you do melt them with the Queen of Cup in reverse. Yeah, they know what this connection is, and it scares the shit out of them. There is investment here. There's a little bit of maybe surface level investment, communication, conflict of values, and yet the ability to communicate values so as to move forward and to see a path out of like the maybe toxic negativity, and to truly be able to get on the same page here. There could be distraction, but there could also be good times with this person. What's the Four of Pentacles here? There's a silver lining here. There's some sort of victory, truth, clarity, communication, someone unable to move on. Yeah, so they come back around, emotional stagnancy in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the upright, Sun card in the reverse. You're going to love it. You're going to like it. Coming out of challenges, roadblocks, and obstacles. You have this excitement, this expectation. This person feels like they're on the bench, maybe an ego death. They're kind of realizing maybe that they can't shake you, even in the space and the distance. What's the Three of Pentacles? Maybe coming out of work, thinking about you, wanting to visit, wanting to do this, wanting to do that. Not able to drop you, not able to end you, so wanting to expand, but there's this self-sabotage. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to drown myself in work, so I don't have to do this, that, and the third. Some sort of fate and destiny with the Moon card here. Carving path, traveling. Ooh. Ace of Cup in the upright. So you meet some sort of offer and opportunity here. It could be love. They meet you, you meet them outside the crib. Maybe you go and visit them. Someone might be on the fence of asking you to come and visit them or do something with them. What's up? Thank you for the likes. Person could be juggling responsibility or obligation. Thank you for the likes. You might even see this person come out of heartbreak or sadness. Maybe like do like a 180 pivot that you don't see coming here. They could also be picking up on your kind of glow up. They might be presenting themselves as like having it together and doing good and doing fun, but we're not buying it. I feel like you're doing the real work. What's up, Daisy? I think questions are $5 tonight, so feel free to send payment and I'll answer your question. I think readings are like $20. Yeah, you definitely have a change of perspective, and you're coming out victorious here with the Six of Wands in the upright. Like, if you're not on the path of working on your aura and building up your aura, then that's the path to be on, because you are being kind of recognized publicly here with the Wands in the upright. And I also feel just within this situation, you're coming out as victorious, a mature one on the right side of history here. I'm not really getting that you're hurt or dwelling so much as this person is. You are coming across as, I understand myself, I understand the emotions, I'm going through the motions, I'm challenging myself, I'm not letting this conflict stop me in my momentum here. I'm going within, I'm doing the meditation, there's wish fulfillment from this cleansing, from you working on your aura here. And I feel like in one moment, this person feels like pressured, their back's against the wall, but then I feel like they're being pulled back to be launched to you and or something. And they may even feel like they're going against their own kind of justice or value system. It may take a while for them to kind of make an appearance, but it feels like they do so anyways. There's a slow moving energy and then a fast moving energy. So it's kind of interesting. I wasn't really getting justice in the reverse as any justice done against you wrong, because again, it would only be to themselves. They truly try to end the connection. It feels like realizing that their whole letter of the law, try to stifle themselves, isn't based on anything that holds water. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see, anything else, Spirit? Whatever wants to come out, whatever's fun, whatever we can talk about. I could say money, but you'd have to kind of make it really clear and specific, please, Spirit. Otherwise, if we pick up on love stuff, then that's just going to be what that is. Let's see. Apologies to my YouTube viewers. I look much more handsome on TikTok. Feel free to check out my TikTok live stream. I'm streaming on TikTok right now as well, simultaneously. I don't like the lighting on the YouTube, especially on this laptop. I want to mirror flip the camera because I look fugly. So I'm actually covering myself up with the TikTok camera view over on my end. You can't see it, but I just like how the camera looks better on there. So, but if you don't have TikTok, again, it's at Running Gun-Tarot on TikTok, spelled RUNNGUNTAROT. Then feel free to just sit tight and keep on watching me on YouTube. That's fine too. We're doing $20 live reads, $5 questions if you're interested. Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is coming out of something, living situation, work situation, a building. There are options here. And then there's sadness, heartbreak, sorrow. Someone is maybe not taking a certain path because of this sadness, heartbreak, sorrow. So maybe they're presenting themselves as single, but really they're imbalanced. Their priorities are not straight, and they're trying to end some sort of heavy load, some sort of heavy burden, or something that's been weighing on themselves. And there's this taking a long time energy here. Could be that they're putting down their resentment. Let's clarify the 10 of Wands in the upright. I mean, it's clarified by the Lover's card. So are they trying to put down this Lover's connection? Yes in the upright, no in the reverse. Next card. I mean, they're trying, but the 5 of Cups in the upright is, they're still there lingering. So again, fucking lingerer. It could be that they're trying, but they're not doing a good job at it. I guess that's what the imbalance is with the 2 of Pentacles. It could be that this is too grown in. This is too, with the 7 of Pentacles in the upright, there's too much there. There's too much soulmate love, like on all levels. You have the 6 of Cups, you have the Lover's card. The only thing that's missing, and I would say that the only thing that's missing is the 2 of Cups, but the 2 of Cups not missing. It's right there. That's so awesome. So someone really is just crying over spilled milk at this point. And when you add the 6 and the 5, that gives you 2 of Cups as well. And it could be that they are taking their sweet time, but they know the truth. They really do know the truth. And there is a wish fulfillment here with the 2 and the 7. You have an inner knowing. You have an inner knowing about their silence. You don't feel, in a weird way, you feel like it's good because it means they're maybe processing, because the Sun card is in the reverse. Processing when they're going to make their love delivery, when they're going to, what have you. And it could even be that they're receiving the love that you're still giving them. And that could be blowing their socks off too, because they're like, how is this person still, there's an inner knowing, how is this person still giving me love? And I guess the inner knowing is almost that they want to move to the next level with you. They really don't see a silver lining in not moving forward with you. And deeply, they want that kind of passion, that physical romance, and that. What's the World card to the Page of Cup in reverse, Spirit? Yeah, it's like this inability to move forward. It's like they know they can't move forward without you. And then you have that 2 of Cup in the reverse, but we feel okay with it because we've seen 2 cups in the upright come out multiple times. What's up, Nuru? How's it going? So what about it, Spirit? Yeah, someone is coming to a decision here to finally put their guard down. The 7 of Wands in the reverse. They're trying to be honest with themselves about what wasn't growing in. Questions are $5. Readings are $20. Feel free to send a payment. All my info's on my TikTok page. Let me know once you sent it. There's a Justice card here in the upright. I'm just reading for, in general, what I was reading for before. Justice, fairness, balance. I'm trying to get a vibe for how this is coming across here. Maybe someone feels like they're enacting justice, fairness, or balance by keeping their distance. 9 of Wands in the reverse. This allows them to let their guard down, I guess. Maybe helps them process. Can you clarify the justice in the upright? There is a wanting to move forward energy, though. The Moon card illuminates this space and distance. There is some sort of communication here so as to come out of conflict. So it could be that you're answering someone, they're wondering and thinking how you're feeling, and then as soon as you answer that, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of like you blindside them with your communication, and you send them into labor here. 3 cup in the upright. Could be that this person knows that you're going out and you're having a good time. There's a Tower card here. Sudden change, unexpected, something not seen here. Yeah, someone could not be happy with the fact that they know that you are still kind of going out and like enjoying yourself and doing things, and like I'm not getting that you're doing it like they're doing it. They seem to be doing it based on distraction. And their self-sabotage is impulsive. Page of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles is very nice. Could be visiting someone's household, a job interview, something that's going to take you out of worry, a brand new start. Why is it Temperance in the reverse? Maybe it's unexpected victory here. Someone might unexpectedly message you or tell you they're coming over. What's up, Deanna? But there's a victory for you. Yeah, there's this unexpected reach out, kindness, well-mannered. having to do with resources or strategy here. Could be to the, so there's a Queen of Pentacle. There's this like emotional openness here. Can you clarify the Seven of Sword here? Yeah, someone could feel as though that like they could be misinterpreting you expressing yourself, but that's just the logical mind. There's another part of them that is like emotionally, they love it. They love hearing from you. Yeah, Queen of Cup in the upright, it still feeds their soul, their emotions, their love for you. Like it's still being received by that aspect of them that loves you, and that makes them feel like you're their match. And then you have an ending energy. The ending isn't like ending done and over. It's more of like a recycle, cyclical. The 1 and the 3, the 13 is the number death card here. They add to a 4. So this is a stable kind of, I'm not really getting the sense of like over and done with. I'm getting more of maybe like an ego death. Somebody's very mixed up about, they broke their own line, their own boundary. They said that they wouldn't come back to you. They wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do that. And they did it. And they did it. And that kind of gives you maybe more confidence here. You feel as though things are exactly the way that they should be, maybe even if this person hasn't, physically reconciled. For some, they may have already broke no contact. But you feel strong in what you know of the situation based on how this person hasn't moved forward. They've probably just been kind of distracting themselves with work, but then all of a sudden they make a move your way, or they may make a move your way. And there's like a meeting in the middle energy, or they can make a move your way unexpectedly, maybe while you're working or doing what you're doing. There's some sort of emotional investment, and you feel like the goddamn magician. You're like, I freaking manifested this. This person was not able to move on, what have you. All I could say, it's all in the heart and soul, And if you're so confident, and if you know that that's really what it is and what it's meant to be, then yeah, you're not going to lower your vibration by overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying. Sure, you might get riled up here and there because you might feel like, oh, maybe today's the day where this person surprises me, or this, that, or whatever. But even that, you're cool. You're just expressing yourself. And again, that person is lapping it up. They're eating it up because I feel as though they were curious as to, does this person still feel the same? I've noticed maybe they pulled back a little. Are they still going to give me energy and attention and love and all this stuff? And of course, I'm heavily, editorializing and projecting my current situation, because if it resonates, well, you might be going through something, familiar, closely related, or broadly related, but you feel like you have the prescription, the antidote. You read this person like a book. You see through them. As long as you could get your hands on them, as long as you could get their ear, as long as you implement your newfound understanding of the right approach to be gentle and kind and vulnerable and soft when speaking your viewpoint and your opinion and your understanding of what they need to do to open their heart back up to you, then you're all good. And that energy is not, lost. Even if things don't play out exactly as you want them to be. Spirit will always have you reach, who or what you're meant to be with. Whether it's business, personal. Let's see what other energies want to come out. Yeah, it just happens, man. Like I'll try to just keep on pulling, and no matter what, my stuff comes through. And I try to speak broadly. I try to speak universally because I'm of the firm belief that other people are resonating or going through something similar. But I've just learned to accept it. I mean, maybe there's a part of me that I feel like there are other readers that are very objective and very not related to what they're reading. But for me, it just comes out that way. And it's like, if you resonate with it, then great. The 10 of Pentacles here. This is Aries or Taurus energy. It could be someone of high worth, high value, someone that's had a lot invested in them through their upbringing, or someone who could, typically it's resources, time, money, Pentacles represent, but it could be someone that's just very grounded in their system and their belief and their understanding and their game plan. And someone who just has a strong ethical code, moral, foundational energy, as well as the ability to invest their time or their resources into someone's direction here. The 9 of Cups, emotionally stable, independent. We like the golden backgrounds. Those are gifts, blessings from the universe. And you got a rushing forward, moving ahead, success energy here. The 9 of Cups is also the energy of a resume. So you could be seeing job offers and opportunities and things picking up so as to be able to come out of conflict. Yeah, there's a wish fulfillment on the back of a cleansing or renewal. So again, I always preach, guys, if you're not into or have an understanding of your electromagnetic field, it's a real aura energy. It's scientifically proven. We all have an invisible electromagnetic field whose center is our heart, is our soul. The soul is at the bottom of our heart. That's also proven to be located there. And our field emanates from that. So healthy lifestyle, sleep, meditation, exercise, diet, being around people, not drinking, not isolating, not dwindling your sexual energy, repurposing it and bringing it up to the heart space. All of that stuff raises your field, your aura, your vibration, and it allows you to magnetically manifest. Magnetic, manifest, magic, imagine, these are all the same interchangeable meaning, and that's what we're doing. That's how we create our reality and the feedback loop of what we experience. The hologram, Page of Cup in the reverse, something about not being in tune or something about lack of a silver lining, maybe lack of being able to see something here. There's some sort of negative emotion with the King of Cup in reverse here. Ace of Wand in the upright. Yeah, someone could be dwindling their sexual energy on the other hand. Someone could be communicating. Yeah. Someone could be talking about, something that happened and they're worried about it. But then you have the Sun card here. Like, it's almost like you're not worried about it. Like, you feel like things are on track. I feel like that Sun card is you. That wish fulfillment could also be in a romantic, personal relationship, too. Someone's emotionally solo or isolated with the 5 of Cup in reverse. And again, then you have the 10 of Cup in the upright, which is like, you're feeling happy, whole, and complete here. I'll take that for you. if you want to offset the energies, this is still about, being able to reconcile. Hey, what's up? Questions are 5, readings are 20. Check out my TikTok for payment methods, TikTok page. Yeah, there's an inner knowing here about this maybe lack of communication. You might know that it's not going to hold up because you have the 8 of Wands here, which is incoming communication. Maybe while you're going about your day. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody who was previously kind of presenting themselves as single, they're not. They're really slowing down and taking time to feel this out. And I feel like they feel your manifestation energy. They feel your pull on them. And it's undeniable. It's irresistible. Even in the face of no contact, even in their trauma response, shutting down emotionally, acting as if they're checked out. But look at, they're walking right to you. 8 of Cups to the Emperor energy. It's like, come to mama, come to papa. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, Devil card in the upright. It is actually a very sensual, sexy energy. Someone might be thinking about you, fantasizing about you, maybe even pleasuring themselves to you, not to get too vulgar. Fond memories here. King of Wands in the reverse. This is like, hey, you take care of them. Whew. Fool card in the reverse. No new start, no new beginning. But still the self-sabotage. So maybe no new start in a different direction with anyone else, but still the self-sabotage. And then an Ace of Pentacles. Some sort of, maybe you're like trying to offer, well, yeah, I mean, it's funny because maybe they're finally trying to consider what you've been trying to show them and tell them. Even though they've been so defensive and kind of like back against the wall. It could be that they're integrating, downloading, death in the reverse, coming out of this ego death, being reborn as your empress or your emperor, the best version of themselves, someone that understands, finally, someone that's able to come out of heartbreak. Hey, questions are 5, readings are 20. Check out my TikTok page. Payment info. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So someone could be just cracking my lower back. Coming out of work. After work, they reach out to you. They could be leaving the house, wanting to do something with you. Maybe after a period of distance and space, 2 of Cups in the upright. So after this radio silence, bam, 2 of Cups, being on the same page emotionally, clearing the air, coming out of their head and their worries, really doing the work. Really, it could even be a heart-to-heart conversation. So this puts this person, Empress in reverse has been coming out like crazy. This means that the divine feminine, and again, we both have masculine and feminine energies within us, but they are going through ego death, rebirth, integration. When the Empress comes out in the reverse, she's going through labor. She's giving birth to something good and something special. 6 of Wands in the reverse, a personal victory. So she could be giving birth to your personal reward. He or she, I should say. Your personal victory here. And I don't take the personal victory as the protagonist who's on the wrong path doing the wrong thing. That would be a personal victory for them doing the wrong thing. I'm not getting that it's that. I'm getting that it's like finally this person is like pulling through, coming through. They want to move forward with you in the right way. Yeah, there's that Ace of Cups here. It's like, despite what they say, despite whatever, they're coming to bring it. They're bringing it all back home to you. 7 of Swords in the upright. Their resources, their stratagem. because they can't be in this imbalance anymore. That's Capricorn energy. It doesn't have to be Capricorn, it could be other earth sign, Virgo, Taurus. They know that they are out of whack. And so when they're sleeping, when they're resting, they're getting all these downloads of alignment, of union with you. And they're trying to learn, they're trying to understand it because they're in their confusion. But they're ready to put their guard down, they're ready to come out. And like I said, for some of the collective, they may have done that already. You may have been dealing with someone who's like, oh, I can't go back to you, I can't even be around you, or else I melt in your presence, what have you. And they may have crossed that line. And that gives you the confidence and the knowing and the understanding of like, yeah, there's something there. You know? Yeah, there's marriage, there's orthodoxy, there's tradition. It's like this person is downloading your value system, getting on the same page with you, heart to heart. And it's taken a long time for them to come around, but this full moon is illuminating. It could be that you illuminate to them where you're at in their moments of doubt. Hey, does the protagonist, do they still, meaning me, the reader, and you, the viewer, do they still feel this way about me? You illuminate that for them this full moon, right? Because the moon is in the reverse, so that's something that they don't know. But since it is currently a full moon here, you illuminate that to them, and this allows them to come forward to you. Even though it's taking forever and a day, it might not be tonight, but hey, anything could happen. But look at me, the reader, you, the viewer. That's us right there. 3 of Wands. You've been waiting and expecting because you could feel it in the air. I can see it coming in the air tonight. And then what is this injustice? This has been reading as like the letter of the law. It will always fall to the spirit of the law. Spiritual dharma, justice, the universe. That which is on the right side of history, that is which is in alignment with the heart space, will always prevail with the soul, the essence, source. This is their false letter of the law. They're going to try to implement justice. They're going to try to... You can't win with that when you're moving in the wrong direction. And they've already failed at their phony justice. And so they're in this poverty consciousness here with the 5 of Pentacles. And you have that which they desire. And that's why they gravitate to you. And eventually, in time, they will finally integrate your value system. Hi, Faifa. Questions are $5. Readings are $20. Check out my TikTok page for payment methods. These are just general energies. You can feel free to take them. Their justice fails because they're impulsive. They're not disciplined. And so they can't let this go. And so you're moving into a new cycle with them in divine timing. Yes, you could express yourself. You can be authentic, whatever. Okay? But you don't have to lambaste them. You don't have to harangue them. You don't have to put so much pressure on them. In time, something will prevail here. The Lover's card, some sort of offer. And narrowing down to the 2 of Cups, which is relationship. What's up, Portia? Thank you for the likes. Questions are $5. Readings are $20. My payment info is on my TikTok page. Let me know once you've sent payment and I'll answer your question. These are just general reading energies that I'm doing right now for no one specific. If they resonate, feel free to take them. Let's see. Whew. Just got excitement chills. Hey, questions are $5, readings are $20. Check out my TikTok page for payment info. Just doing general energies in the meantime. Let's see what else wants to come out here. You have some sort of investment here after no contact, after no communication. Yeah, multiple layers of no contact, no communication. 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. Maybe troubles on the home front for someone. And yet you have Lovers in Union here. Very interesting. Yeah, Lovers in Union. So there's going to be a physical, in-person something or another happening here. Why is a 4 of Wands in the reverse here? Yeah, there's a very straight, direct to the point energy. Yeah, someone is coming directly to you. Clarify the 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, coming out of, could be that someone's not overthinking something. Someone feels at peace from their troubles or their worries when they're with you, and their confusions, maybe with other aspects of their life. Maybe still trying to make sense of their feelings in particular. And then there is a happiness here, so you could benefit from, there is a resurrection here. Someone is coming back around. You're going to be thrilled about it. Guys, for those that are asking questions in the chat, I appreciate that. But questions are $5, readings are $20. Check out my TikTok page for all my payment info. If you're on YouTube, you could also go to @RunningGunTarot on TikTok to see that info or leave me a message in the chat if you're interested. $20 readings, $5 questions. You could also check me out on PsychicSource.com. Reader name is Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N. I'm currently logged on there too. If you want a more professional pathway. Some sort of emotional investment here. This person comes running along. I tell you, man, you really have a hold on this person. I'm going to turn on, they could be coming to your home here. Yeah, it's like they want the answer, they want the antidote, they want the healing. The 3 of Swords is here. I'm going to turn on the AC really quick. Ugh. Yeah, there's a rebirth. There's a rebirth energy, regardless of what this person is showing you by not responding. Um, there's an Empress energy in the upright as well. Someone, even though they're signaling that they've made a cut or this or that, or maybe they feel like they have the upper hand, they do not. They have been unable to move forward, even though they're choosing to kind of emotionally isolate themselves instead of facing their problems. It's just taking time for this person to come back to you. But every time they move further away from you somehow, it's just more instability. And your emotional investment into them has them hearkening back to you and wanting to and hearkening back to a stable, emotionally open connection here, this time based on kindness and warmth, which brings warmth to this Five of Pentacles here. They don't see it, but I feel like you see it and understand it. Hey, anyone that wants a question, questions are $5, readings are $20. I'm just doing general energies. Feel free to enjoy them. If they resonate, check out my TikTok page for payment info. Coming out of challenging obstacles, roadblocks. Yeah, someone they know that you have a hold on them and they don't like it. They know that you march to the beat of your own drum. Your aura, your strength, your power, it's just too strong for them to resist. Somehow, some way. I mean, look, it could even be the person that you want. It's not the specific person. I always say this. It's not the specific person, it's the frequency. So if it doesn't play out how you want with the person that you want, regardless, if you're doing the right thing, if you're taking care of your aura, if you're sticking to your code of conduct, ethic, morals, scruples. When I say taking care of your aura, it's your literal electromagnetic frequency that's around you. We all have an invisible field. And when we live a healthy spiritual lifestyle, no drinking, no throwing away your sexual energy just for the sake of the animal urge. When you transform that energy to the heart space, and that's done naturally as you ride it out and you don't disperse it or dispense of it. When you meditate, when you sleep well, when you eat good, when you exercise, get sunlight, when you do your own chants, meditation, when you're around people, good environments, all these things strengthen and make your electromagnetic aura healthy and robust. And the magnetism aspect is the emotional aspect in the human body. And you're going to be in positive emotions. And when you pivot, when you find yourself going into the dark, deep end of negative, but you even have control over that and you pivot, and you remind yourself that everything is already done in my highest favor. Everything is as it perfectly needs to be right now. And so these are the little tricks of the trade that you do. But the point being is that when you have a healthy, robust electromagnetic field, that's when your heart's desires come beckoning to you. Right? That's how you become undeniable and irresistible. And this is victory, success. Right? Public, outspoken, you could show it. Your aura speaks for itself. And this other person, although in the 3D, you might be moonlighting as the one waiting for a response and waiting for this and that. In the realm where it really counts, the quantum spiritual soul realm, they are actually hamstrung. unable to move forward, unable to stop thinking about you because they're meant to, because they're really meant to reflect. That's what this position is. You see the illumination, they're really meant to reflect and see and go deep within. This is depth. So when the star card is in the reverse. And really figure out their trauma response, their knee-jerk reaction to run away or cut ties or block or ignore. And they're really meant to go past that and find their emotion, their soul, their heart, their love. And really, the only way out is in. The only way out for them is in union, in sacred union with you. And again, don't get me wrong, there are timelines where you're a special person, doesn't make the right decision, but life replaces them with the individual that is worthy of you. Okay, and this doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. This could also be family, this could be personal success, this could be what have you. Water reaches its level. And there's an Emperor card there. And so on the other side of that door is the Emperor, is this high-ranking caliber energy that you're beckoning from your significant other to match you and reach you. And it's there, all the makings, that trust, that innocence, the Six of Cups, to want to, if you want to say, make the right decision. Because the emotional stagnancy is there. And so there's that action, communication, maybe even physical intimacy, and them wanting to grow beyond the conflict here, the Five of Wands. But maybe they doubt that could happen. But they always come back to you, it seems like. Even in their thoughts, their dreams, or what have you. That's the real kind of high justice here. Yeah, that Two of Cups, that's the real high justice. Not their ego, phony, fake, whatever. This is like, that person is already off the market. They're yours. It's just so fitting that these are all coming out here. Look at rushing to you because you have the moral, emotional high ground. And you're on the real right side of spiritual dharma, emotional soul justice, and that's being on the same page. And they cannot shake it. It is looming over them. They could taste it. They know their shortcomings. They know where they betrayed you. They know all of that stuff. Where they hurt you, where they hurt themselves. But you may very well be on the side of unconditional love. I'm always going to take you back and accept you and all that stuff. Sure, there are limits and standards and conditions, but beyond that, it's love. And again, the message is clear. If one were to break that contract or those conditions, then you win anyways because you get someone that's worthy of being with you. So don't be surprised if you get a message from this person, a response, something unexpected, an invitation. Chances are they still know and feel where you stand and your invitation and where you last left off and all that stuff. I'm getting that the protagonist has pulled back. They're not hounding this person as much, but they're still open to a spur of the moment. If they feel the inclination, they're not getting too much in their head about it. I'm getting that the ball is in their court, but you have all the power and the leverage. The ball is in their court to, correspond, to meet up, let them know, and let you know when they're available. I feel like you've made that clear already. Guys on TikTok, of Questions are $5, readings are $20. Check my TikTok page for payment info. I had one of these Kinyu forks. It's flipped, I think, on TikTok, but they got me feeling easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl, and a little bit of coffee, just so I don't fall asleep. Hey, Lightning in Love Tarot. Thanks for your message. Appreciate that. Oh, no worries. Lightning in Love Tarot. Your comments are enough to keep me going. What's up, Vanderlee? Questions are $5, readings are $20. Check out my TikTok page if you want payment info. Just pulling general energies here. Feel free to take them if they resonate. You could also DM me if you're interested in a private personal reading over the phone, over text message, over FaceTime. I also read for professional websites. You can check me out on psychicsource.com. My reader name on there is Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N. I've been talking a lot about, it's very easy for us to feel sorrow, sadness, fear, worry about the future, about how things will play out. And one practice that I've been using lately is, and forgive me, language doesn't do it justice, but you might be able to sense what I'm getting at. I came out of a meditation not too long ago, and I had this kind of download, this understanding. And really, essentially, all you're doing is you're feeling or sensing. Ooh, I'm getting chills. You could feel or sense the space in a room, right? Where I'm at now with my practice, because it's a little bit more grounded, is feeling and sensing even just inanimate objects, just things that are around you. And when I came out of that meditation, what was clear to me is like the stillness and the peace and the grace just in their presence, them being in my life or my reality, these things, these inanimate objects. My ear is ringing. It could even be your clothes or just the wall or something hanging on the back of the wall. And I kind of use it as like an anchor or a reminder to stabilize in the now, in the present moment. Because remember, our thoughts and our feelings are all having to do with the past. So if they become overwhelming, again, the reminder is to stabilize in the now. Sense, feel your surrounding environment. If it's the space in the room, if it's the concrete, tangible things, inanimate objects, put your sense and your feeling on these things to help remind you of that peace, that stillness, that permeates all things. That is really behind the veil of our sensory reality, is this unconditional love, stillness, peace, silence. It's really our essence and what we're always connected to. And it's what really permeates all things and from which all things come from. If you think of a thought that arises, where did it come from? It came from that peace, that stillness, and silence. If you think about emotions that arise, where did it come from? It's going to go back to where it came from. But even as it's rising, still what permeates through it is peace, stillness, silence. So it's something that I like to encourage, and I've been practicing myself as well. Because that is the one ultimate truth and true reality, right? The matrix circumstance, 3D situation, that's all just a peekaboo mouse, cat and mouse game. The real reality is that you are already in union with all that you could ever want, seek, desire. And that's real heaven on earth. It's real being with God. Because, like the Buddhists say, there's no self to be separate from these things, all right? Yeah. Yeah, there's success and victory there. And happiness. Yeah, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's like the Sun card in the upright. It's like the present moment. Like, forget about the past. Forget about whatever you could say about things not growing in or how things played out. Forget about, there's no action that you have to take. This Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, you're still in union, regardless of what the matrix shows you. And it's showing you a lot. To the point where you don't even need to see the outcome. You don't need to see the outcome in the energies anymore, in the cards. You know how this plays out. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Yeah, there's divine timing here. Even in what the Matrix shows you, there's divine timing. Yeah. Yeah, there's someone beckons to your call. Regardless. So funny. What's that Three of Pentacles there? It's an Empress coming up. I don't know. Three of Pentacles. Could be work. Yeah, there's basic. It comes across as each and every day what needs to be done, what needs to be communicated. These are not things that are like, you can't, it's not tactical. It's all astrological, fated, destined, based on the timeline that your energy is vibing with. You know, like, so trust and know and find peace that you did what you needed to do today. and you do what you need to do every day. The only time where you would feel sketchy about it is if you're not taking care of your aura, your frequency, all that stuff, your electromagnetic field. What's up, Trixie? Questions are $5. Readings are $20. Check out my TikTok page for payment info. So yeah, anything final to end on here, Spirit? Let's get a couple shuffles. Anything to end on here, Spirit? General energies. You got the Empress giving birth. She's in labor. There's confusion, but it's good confusion. Good misdirection. This is actually helping someone work through their stuff. This person is exactly going through what they're going through what they need to go through. Yeah, it's like they're receiving your communication. It's like a magnet. They are narrowing down to the Two of Cups, coming out of conflict. The self-sabotage is evident. And yeah, I feel like so is the part of them that still wants to reconcile. So yeah, it's like you're able to like get into this person's like you're able to get into this person's grill, like past their defenses. Somehow, some way, yeah, because it all leads to them coming out of whatever they're in. It could be after work, it could be leaving their apartment, and it comes to the Two of Cups. Yeah. When I asked directly, yeah, that's what it is. It's fate. It's fate and destiny for you guys to get on the same page. This person might think that, for that new start, that new beginning, that physical intimacy, that action, this person might think that they're making a decision out of their right mind. Yeah. It's interesting because it's almost like you're at a level where you can manifest their fate and their destiny. I don't want to sound like I'm coming from the ego, but there's something to that. It's pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to leave it there, folks. Love y'all. Reach out for more. Peace.